So, good morning. It is day 2 here. Let's get going. Okay, time to find a bathroom here.
Today's episode is going to be a bit different. Today we are going to help herd yaks and sheep down to Qinghai Lake with our Tibetan host family.
I think that looks like an outhouse. Either that or maybe an animal's sleeping hut. There we go. We're in business. So this is me half suffocating while trying to eat a piece of bread because of the altitude here. It's about 3,400 meters. And when I chew, because my nose is a little bit clogged, after like chewing, maybe 2-3 times, it feels like I'm out of breath. So I gotta gasp for air. It feels like almost like you're going underwater while trying to eat something. It's not a pleasant feeling.
不要紧，这边不要紧。
哦，不用了是吧？
这草叶没有嚼劲。
上次我来的时候，那个嘎吱说驾驶证也不需要。
不需要，对呀。
很搞笑。
他现在没有吧？肯定驾照嘎吱现在没有驾照。
我在随便开。那你们是怎么学习开车的？就自学吗？
自学，我有驾驶证，什么都有。有一些就是没有驾驶证，随便开。
太阳能光人什么直流电源，就太阳能的电源。
这我姐夫，这我姐姐，亲姐姐。
你好，你好。这从哪里买回来的？
这是从西宁买过来。
西宁的。
他们今天搬到这放到山里去。今天早上一早上我们骑摩托车赶牛羊赶过山里去。
可以啊。庆一是哪里的车牌？就本地的。
本地的。本地的。庆一是7年的。
这是你爸爸的车是吧？
我姐夫的车。
姐夫的车，用来运什么的？
用什么都用。
这个可以。是柴油的吗？
柴油的，对。
可以。
So now we are trying to find my friend's horses as they seem to have escaped in the night. Found the horses? Now the task is to corral them back home, which may be easier said than done.
If you notice, some of the sheep have been dyed blue. This is so they can tell who they belong to.
I'm finding very quickly that due to how flat the land is here, distances end up being much longer than they appear to the naked eye.
We have been driving straight for around 5 kilometers to get down to Qinghai Lake and still aren't even close.
这边就是这个车特别好。
是吗？50。这个车买了多少钱？
这个搬手续搬出来就差不多6万。我这买了就跑了2600公里。
它这个有没有4驱？
没有4驱。
就是但它比较轻。骑摩托车开这种路很好玩的。
明天去山里面肯定很好。
对。
我喜欢外国人。
为什么？性格吗？
性格。你们就说的话，这个意义挺羡慕的。
这一头那个牦牛可以卖多少钱？
这个好的就大的那一种7-8千。
就像这种算好的吗？
这种就3-4千左右。
那怎么看出来它是好的还是不好的？
看表。讲个这个哪了？讲个。
他们不喜欢那个水。骑这个过去啊？
今天4个人跟我的车子，不是我只有。
Off-roading Tibetan style.
那你有一个跑路吗？是啥原因？这个去上面啊。
就走另一条路。
不是，这条路。那我媳妇赶过来，那些牛不走，我们俩。要不要帮忙？ 还是技术够不够我也不带动，对吧？
那个泥巴应该很深的吧？
真的。我那个加油！
哎，可以，差不多了。
我就是我的技术可以。
你的技术可以，跟车没关系。
这没关系。Oligo
可以
，Oligo 是没
，very good，就很好，
很好的。
对，very good。
我们是 Oligo。那天不是去赛马会嘛？
啊。
然后我一骑马就来了一个旅游的人，一个女的。Oligo，加油，水哥！我站在高高的山沟，是谁家的牛？不知道。
是公的才带那个叫什么？那个圈儿，这样它就不听话的时候就抓住那个圈。
对。
So we finally made it to the lake here, and I don't think this episode would be complete without explaining a bit about Qinghai Lake and why it's important to the Tibetan people.
So here we have arrived at Qinghai Lake, the largest inland saltwater lake in China. Upon checking my watch here, the current elevation is 3,201 meters.
Qinghai Lake itself is a bit bigger than the U.S. state of Rhode Island, with a surface area of 1,616 miles and with an average depth of 19 meters. Also, interesting to note, the lake wasn't always a saltwater lake. In fact, some 210,000 years ago, Qinghai Lake became endorheic, meaning it stopped emptying into any sea or ocean due to the uplift of the Qinghai Tibetan Plateau. This also caused the salinity of the water to increase over time and thus turn it from a freshwater lake into an alkaline salt lake. With this huge change to the lake, most of the fish died out, but there was one fish that survived. The Przhevalsky naked carp, named after the 19th century Russian explorer Nikolai Przhevalsky. These fish developed a strategy to migrate from Qinghai Lake towards the upstream of the inflowing rivers every summer to spawn in the fresh water. Qinghai Lake is also home to one of the world's 7 largest wetlands, with over 100,000 migratory birds congregating here every year.
So I was told by the local Tibetans here that they bring their sheep, their yaks, down to drink from Qinghai Lake around every 3 months, so long as it's not frozen. They said it's good for the health of the animals. That's what they're doing now. All these sheep, they've been brought down here to drink from the lake.
Supposedly, with the water being brackish, it is believed that the salt in the water helps to kill the parasites on the animals. Also, for Tibetans and Tibetan Buddhists, Qinghai Lake is one of only 4 sacred lakes: Lake Manasarovar, Yamdruk Lake, Nyemtso Lake, and Qinghai Lake, with all of them being located in Tibet except for Qinghai Lake.
骨头是吧？能看出来是什么动物的骨头？
牛。
怎么看出来的？
大小。
大小。有骨。
耳巴，正话就是巴。
就是骨头。耳巴。Very interesting. So he said that the goats that where the front part of the animal where they don't cut where they don't shear the sheep, or they don't shear the goat, they don't cut off the fur, means that they've been they have this term called fangsheng, which means to kind of release them back to the Buddha and give them freedom again. So that's kind of the symbol that they have been freed, is when the front of the animal is they just let the fur grow long and they only shear the rear end of the animal.
Just an amazing landscape. You feel so tiny, like you're in a giant's world when standing out here. Massive distances, incredible scenery, and nothing as far as the eye can see. Now it's the Yaks' turn to bathe and drink from the sacred lake. Now we are going to head into the town to get a bit of lunch and some necessities. It has been a full morning herding livestock around. I wouldn't be surprised if your average herdsman here hits 25,000 steps a day. Definitely looking forward to a hot meal. These 2 cows are the same ones from earlier that were not following his wife and are notoriously stubborn. Now we are tasked with getting them back.
Yeah.
So this is the actual town of Jiangxi-go. It basically consists of one road with shops on either side and runs for about a kilometer or so. It reminds me of an old Wild West town with a couple of saloons on either side and just a road through the middle. It doesn't have much, but it has all you need to survive.
哎，你好，你好。你好，你好。哎，你好，你好。
加给4个干拌吧。走。
那你们俩喜欢吃什么？
我们两个喜欢吃干贝，和妈妈炒的米饭和菜土豆。
面呢？面也喜欢。那在学校你们吃什么？也是天天不在学校不吃啊？
不是，我们两个是走步生。
家里面吃。
啊，在家里面吃。啊，就是说爷爷给你们做菜。
他们两个会做。
你们自己会做啊？那你们做什么菜？
我会做烤土豆。
是用烤箱烤的吗？
锅。
那土豆汤呢？是怎么做的？
先把土豆切了，然后煮一小会儿就。
要不要加盐呢？
加一点盐吧，我不喜欢。
我们就喜欢吃。
回家。我能跟着喂。对了，先生。会。
发生什么？
马上这种是。
倒霉点，家里可能没有。
有袋子吗？
有的。
After lunch, I started getting really bad headaches, which I took as a clear sign that my body needed more time to adjust to the altitude. So I ended up going back to their home and tried to sleep for the rest of the day. Anyways, thanks for watching and see you guys on day 3.